Hello there. Alright, so I'm going to be playing the first killer, if I'm going to be honest, that I was actually excited for when I finally got my rotation. This is the shape chosen for me by Mystic, and I'm going to be playing a pretty bottom tier killer in probably probably the most unpopular way to build them. I'm going to be building a tier 2 Myers. Now, I'm a big Tier 1 Myers fan, as evidenced by the fact that I currently have no scratched mirrors. Um, um, and the issue is I've always had with scratched mirror Myers is you kind of map dependent, because if you get in any chase that lasts more than a couple seconds, then uh, you just don't. It's just a unwinnable game. Funnily enough, at least to my memory, the worst map being Lambkin Lane, which I think is absolutely hilarious, by the way. um, uh, because they just stand in the force you into the center area the minute you lock onto anyone, and every single gen has enough distance that you can never catch anyone, and you can't approach from awkward angles. Anyway, we're not playing tier 1 Myers. We're playing tier 2 Myers. Now, a lot of the stuff I bring is going to be the same stuff. Just like in Tier 1 Myers, there is the absolute required add-on. In Tier 1 Myers, it's the one that makes your lunge a little bit longer. In this one, it is the one that makes my terror radius 25% stronger. Now I combine it with monitor and abuse so that I basically have no terror radius. I've tested this in custom games. And by the time they hear a terror radius, um, it's too late for them to react. Now this might deny me some gen grabs, and they can still see my aura, but other than those two small issues, I think those are a very small price to pay to actually have a lunge. Now, the rest of the build is the pretty standard stuff I brought for Tier 1 Myers. I Hex Face the Darkness to make sure that they can't just hide in a corner and heal a bunch of times. Um, and totems are fairly easy to protect as Myers, and the one that teleports all over the totem that teleports all over the place is going to be even harder because it's going to move all over the place. I've got Save the Best for last because I am a full-on M1 killer, and then Thanatophobia because, again, it is really hard to heal against and terrifying to heal against tier 1, and in this case tier 2 Myers, because you don't know if he's just going to come out of nowhere and slap you. And that's why I have Hex to Face the Darkness, so they can't just stand in a corner. So I'm going to be. I gotta first get to tier 2, although obviously same tier 1 rules apply as every Myers build, where if I get a really clutch dig at the beginning, it'll make it significantly easier. Um, but once I do, it's the exact same playstyle as tier 1, except I can actually take a chase. Now, I still will be dropping a lot of chases, because tier 2 Myers, I believe, is just a completely normal killer. Um, it doesn't give the numbers. Um, it's just a normal killer, which means I'm still a normal killer with no chase power, which means extended chases are still a fairly bad idea, but they're not impossible like they are with tier 1 Myers. You don't have arms shorter than a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now, as we advance through the thing, and my opponents get more difficult and my requirements get more, I might abandon this build if it's looking like it's wavering a little bit. I might switch to a tier 1 Myers where I bring add-ons to put me in either Midwich or the hospital, um, where tier 1 Myers can actually be played. Um, or I'm going to, and if that still doesn't feel like enough, and I get near the end of the thing and I need to get 4Ks, I might start bringing Tombstone pieces, because that is just the best Myers build. We'll see when we get there, but I'm hoping that this build really shines much more than than people are expecting. Anyway, I'll see you at the game. All right. So from my last game, I've been having issues with my computer being able to record this and play unable to play with stability at the same time. I may have complained about it while getting a 4K. So I adjusted some settings and probably made it worse. We shall see. Luckily a tier 1-2 Myers build doesn't can still perform decently with bad frames. Alright, let's give this a shot. I don't mean to insult the other picks, it's just, I like those killers. I like tier 1/2 Myers. I get to do really dumb things. I'm really confident they're at this gen. And I'm gonna pay the price when they're not. Which they aren't. Alright, well then they gotta be at this gen. So I'm just gonna invest even more of my time at coming from a really awkward angle. Huzzah! Wow, she didn't even notice after the grab. They might pop this gen in front of me. They're going for the unhook here. Okay. Got tier 2. So I can start doing my thing. Someone's right here. Oop. Okay, they're pre-made. Otherwise, she would have come back. I'll take the down, though, at the risk of, just barely. They are doing this gen over. They're not. Also, I'm under suspicion that was the annoying combo where one person has flip-flop power struggle and the other person has a flashlight and stands nearby. But we'll find out with time. I think they might be healing over there. Oh, never mind. And what you get sometimes when you're basically undetectable is people walking right into you. And then you get also... Okay, cool. Was listening for the attempted unhook. I'm just going to give up on that. Because I think I can... Yep. Re-injure, and now they cannot do gens, basically. Ah, damn. Okay, I'm going to go to the hook, because I think they're, once again, they're healing near it. They are not. They are. They're not healing, but they're doing gens. Dang it, I accidentally uncovered myself. Keep the pressure on, although they are getting some heals off. That's not a down pallet, so they're not getting this. They certainly tried, and got close. I don't mind these hits, though. Ah, damn. But yeah, altruism is killing him here. Isn't it joyous being someone who can 100% of the time see if somebody's saving for the flashlight? Like, can they not tell at this point that I can see their aura? Like, after a certain number of failures, you have to be like, oh, clearly they can see the aura. I mean, I'll take the free suicide. They just give up. And they said tier 2. There's the DC. They said tier 2 Myers wasn't good. Because I get all of the benefits of being. I get almost all of the benefits of being tier 1 Myers. Other than the fact that I can see my aura. And I can't drop chases easily. But, like, against Survive with Friends, that doesn't matter. This person might wiggle out because they are the person I suspect have the flip-flop. Well, if they had flip-flop, they'd be out by now. That's tier 2 Myers at work. You gotta believe. we love tier 2 Myers. Because you get all the benefits of tier 1 Myers, except you can play it on every map, unlike tier 1 Myers, which you are isolated into 2 maps. Yeah, no, I don't think that. Yeah, no, the new map is not tier 1 Myers playable. And there's the 4K. Now, this might straight up be a D-pip for me. I'm trying to kick as many gens before I get kicked out, but I did not get a lot of gen control or anything there. They're all gone, so no point spouting the quality of my build. Okay, I double pipped. I'm almost in bronze. So we're gonna get to the point soon where I have to start meeting minimum requirements. But yeah, no, that's that is tier 2 Myers at work, people. Uh, it felt really good on the first go, but in the defense of people who would be contradictory, it was filled. That game was filled with lots of really poor altruism decisions of definitely a 4-man team. Even with a tier 2 Myers.